Everything else is accurate. I'm going to tell you on the interest in sinking, that is not a negative number. That's a result of a general ledger ticket that ran, and that's the funds that we hold for loan payments. So we'll get that corrected. Jackie, we'll have that corrected by next month, right?
Yes.
To reflect the correct balance in there, but that's the money we collect from the taxing agency to hold. And then down there on our taxing revenue, you can see we're at about 80% for the year for our ad valorem taxes. The taxing authorities will start to foreclose in July if you don't get the payments in time. That's when we expect to see the bulk of those payments, but we don't expect any trouble there. We should get about 2.7 million from the taxing entities as they come in. And that, in a nutshell, we're going to be providing these to you, council, every meeting, so that you're up to date on where we're standing financially. If you got any questions, certainly fill those now, or you're welcome to call me at any time, or Jackie or Fred if you have any questions about those. Anything? Okay, thank you very much, council. All right, moving on to item 7, consent agenda. This is discuss and consider minutes for the February 8th, 2022 regular meeting. This is an action item. We've got a copy in there. I will take a motion to approve. And a second. Got a motion by Councilwoman Hernandez. Got a second by Councilwoman Gondra. Any questions on those? You guys have a chance. None being none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of approving the February 8th meeting, please say aye. Raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to item 8A. Discuss and consider a request for Novella Gonzalez for a waiver of the fees for the use of the City of Pearsall Convention and Civic Center to host an Easter event for the public scheduled for April the 10th. This is an action item. I'll take a motion. There's a motion by Councilwoman Hernandez. There's a second by Councilman Gonda. Now, may I have questions? Fred?
Well, I don't know that I've met Novella.
She's right there.
Maybe I have bad with names. Nonetheless, I believe she's made this request. You have it in your packet. The request is in there, I believe. Is, page 20.
22, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, page 22 is her request, and so you see it there. She wants to host the event April 10th, 2 p.m., 2 to 5, is that what I'm understanding? And she's asking for a waiver of the fees for the Civic Center. But she's mentioned some things there as far as what she plans on doing as far as the event. If she's have any questions, I guess you can ask her.
Would you like the floor? Okay, so
Just the permission. I just want the grounds, I don't need the inside or just the grounds. That's all.
this is for an Easter event.
It is for the community,
I have
yes.
a quick question.
Yes, Councilman Hernandez.
There's mention of restrooms here. Are our restrooms up and running out there?
Outside?
Yeah.
They're not in very good condition, I'll be
They're
quite
still-
frank. They're
still
still,
sad.
we still have problems, but I think she mentioned here, she toilet paper, porta potties, if needed. There's probably a need for some porta potties. I have to get with facilities to see how the condition of the outdoors. We can let them use inside of the building if we need to for the restrooms. But right now, I would say they're not in great condition, the outdoor restrooms.
Is it possible that we could maybe get the outdoors at least change?
Yeah, we could get them in a condition, hopefully they're usable. I think the water
Yeah.
still,
Just to use them.
yeah, we could see. I'll get with facilities, can you remind me to get with facilities?
They're not horrible, you know.
They're usable, I'll put it that way.
I mean, I think we need to get them ready, even though, you know, if it's not for this event, it could be for another outdoor event as well, you know, so.
I'll be
I think she's doing a great job, you know, in bringing things to the community, so, you know, I'd like to see it be approved.
And to be clear, the inside is well and working well. It's the outside.
Right, see outside, the restroom on the outside, we have some corrosion issues and other issues out
If there's no
Alright.
further questions, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. I'm going to then call for all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously. We've got that done. Thank you very much, council. Moving on to item 8B, discuss and consider a request made by the PHS 2022 Prom Committee for a waiver of the fee for the use of the City of Pearsall Convention and Civic Center for April 23rd from 8 a.m. until midnight. Are we sure it's going to close for prom?
I'm gonna
Fred says yes, he's gonna be there.
I'll give it to the school.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call for a motion, to approve this. We've got a motion by Sonia, got a second by, Councilwoman Talamontes. Now, is there any questions? Do we have someone here from the high school that wants to talk about prom? Mr. Jackson?
I'll be there.
Okay, all right, so he doesn't wanna pay an entry
Spoke to
fee.
Annie Garcia at the bank, she was a representative,
Okay.
she asked, she just stated they need a waiver because their budget is not very high
Okay.
right now.
All right, well, council, we've got a motion and second. If there's no other questions, I'll go ahead and call for a vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. We're gonna task you, Mr. Beaver, to give that message to the appropriate folks that they're feeless on that evening. Item 8C, discuss and consider a hot tax grant program funding request application submitted by the Frio County 4-H Claybusters for Frio County 4-H Claybusters South Texas 4-H Scholarship Shootout to be held on April 9th and 10th. I'm gonna turn over the podium to the Brown family and the Beaver family. If you'd like to come up and make your spill. This is prom attendee, Mr. Jackson Beaver.
Human Council, Mr. Mayor, Rick. My name is Jackson Beaver, and I'm a representative of Frio County 4-H Claybusters, a local 4-H group here. Joining me tonight are my fellow teammates Derek Rodriguez and Madison Brown, as well as parents Carl Brown, Dr. Noah Rodriguez, and of course my father, Adam Beaver. I'd first like to say how thankful I am to be on this team. I am going on the better part of a decade being part of this team ever since I was in 3rd grade. That's coming up, well, I was in 3rd grade a long time ago. There are many educational benefits, such as, basic firearm safety. We're out there shooting clays, and, from basic things such as to advanced shooting techniques, to advance your skills as a marksman. And it's a youth program, so we're getting the youth of Texas and Frio County involved in shooting sports and the like. Other benefits are the social aspect. I'll go to these shoots, and we don't host only one. There are many in Atascosa County, Barrett County, the complex up there, some in Pleasanton, Corpus. And you see the same folks, and it's a great chance to expand who you know and gain connections through something outside of school. And the state team, which I am also a part of, that is a select team that travels to Nebraska every year, annual team. I'm a member, previous members of the Frio County 4-H Claybusters have gone. Last year it was the majority of Frio County, and we took home first place sweepstakes, and we did very well last year. The history of our shoot that we hold every year, we'll either hold one or two, but we're in the works. I'm just going to talk about one for now. It's going to happen Saturday, April 9th and Sunday, April 10th of this year. We have been doing these shoots for many years. Our club was founded in 97, is that right? 99, going on 30 years. We've been doing this for a while. Last year we had over 200 attendees, from all of our local South Texas areas, and even some as far away as Spring Branch, Crockett, Edinburgh, and Harlingen. And a few years ago we had guys come all the way from Arkansas. We have that popular shoot. We're very well known. The revenue generated from our past shoots, they typically go towards scholarships for club seniors and the purchase of new machines, as well as battery supplies and other maintenance items. This year for our shoot, we do plan to prize out $47,000 worth of scholarships, $1,675 worth of prizes and shells, plaques, gift cards, such as that, and then $650 in HOA championship buckles, such as this piece of hardware you can see right here. But to get to the meat and potatoes of it, we do ask on behalf of the Frio County 4-H Claybusters that the council donate $5,500 to our shoot, $4,850 of which will go towards the purchase of targets for clay birds, because we shoot a lot of them. You get a whole pallet of them, that might last us one day. As well as $650 for the purchase of HOA trophy buckles. However, we will be grateful for whatever amount you can spare.
Council, do you have any questions?
I have one more question.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah, to are we the only entity that provides for you, or does Frio County also contribute to your cost?
We're on the agenda for next month's meeting to request some funding from Frio County as well.
Oh, okay,
And historically, they have contributed.
okay.
Council, is there any other question? I know, my sons were involved in that, it's a great organization, way back in the day, and really uplifting to see all these kids walking around safely, handling firearms, and little females just shooting as good as the male, and it was really, really awesome to see that.
She's a better shot than me.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that? Want to say that a little louder?
She's a better shot than me.
Okay, that is on film. So, anyway, if there's no other discussions, council, what's your pleasure?
I want to make a motion to approve the $5,100.
Okay. There's a motion by Councilwoman Hernandez, there's a second by Councilman Gondeta, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously, congratulations, well done, Mr. Beaver, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
council.
Thank you.
And they, if I can, they do have a form, and part of what you've done in the past is come back and present, how many people stayed overnight. They, have a lot of people that come and participate, and they'll have that data for us, of heads or beds.
I'd like to add, this group has done a really good job of coming back and reporting their accounts.
Awesome.
So, yeah, congratulations, thank you guys very much. Okay, item 8E, discuss and consider setting a date, time, and place for a public hearing on a request for conditional use permit for Samantha Cantu. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a motion in a second. Can I have a motion, please? A motion by Councilwoman Hernandez, a second by Councilman.
You skip
Uh,
the
B.
D.
Skip
B.
D.
Skip D.
We should address D.
Oh, okay, forgive me. I got all caught up there. All right, I'm sorry, going back to item D, discuss and consider ordinance number 2022-0302, amending the code of ordinance, section 4861, conditional use permit. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a motion in a second, we'll turn the floor over to our city manager. May I have a motion? Motion by Lionel Gondeta, second by Councilwoman Hernandez. At this time, we'll turn the floor to Mr. Reyes.
Oh, okay. There's one change, Mayor, actually, we missed that one, I believe, in section, on page 36 of the packet. Basically, this is just a revision to the ordinance, code of ordinances on public hearings for these conditional use permits you've seen as far as trailer home. Most of them have been related to trailer homes. So on page 36, you see the city council by majority may vote of members present to suspend any part of this section as deemed such suspension to be in the public interest. What we've had in the past, and the reason that provision was included as part of our, this ordinance is, in the past we've had where quorums of the Planning and Zoning Commission can't meet for whatever reason, so they don't establish a quorum. So this will give the council the authorization to waive that requirement. The other one that you see is on is D there on page 36, which says, before acting on any application for conditional use permit, the city council shall set a time and place for a hearing thereon, following the regular public notification process. Notice of hearing shall be published at least one time in a newspaper of general circulation in the city, not less than 15 days. It used to be, again, the inconsistency was 30 days, but we're recommending that be moved to 15 days prior to the date of the hearing. So those are the two changes. The one thing that we missed on section 3, that is not, I think we had some verbiage there from establishing alternate truck routes. That needs to change to what was this ordinance, excuse me. So we're gonna strike establishing alternate truck routes. I think that was a part of the template that was not correct, I apologize for that. So it's this ordinance that will take the place of that, establishing alternate truck routes.
So exactly how will it read,
It
Chris?
says, council expressly finds that this ordinance is in the public interest, is necessary for the good governance, health, safety, and good order of the city. Okay, that makes sense?
The city manager should not be apologizing for that, it should be me.
I don't,
Okay, council, do you have any questions? I know we've talked pretty extensively about getting it 15 days, and there was, correct me if I'm wrong, Fred, but it was contradictory, there were some places that said 15 and some
Right,
places said
right, we
30.
have two parts of, there are two different ordinances, the one read 15, one read 30, so we're recommending to go with 15, and that'll be what we'll use if this is approval, we'll use for Ms. Cantu's conditional use permit.
I have a couple of questions.
Additional question, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, This is just the ordinance to provide for the meetings, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
It's an ordinance to provide for the meetings that should take place
Yes.
before they're approved. Okay, the other question I have, is, what type of, conditional uses have come through City Hall? Request?
Primarily has been, what I've seen, at least since my time here, has been for manufactured homes, mobile homes. I don't know of any other conditional uses that I can think of, but we do receive, as the council is aware, we do receive our good share of mobile home, conditional use permit applications.
Correct.
Is there anything else that I'm missing as far as conditional
No, I've been
uses?
here since 2015, working the agendas. I've never seen anything else for conditional use other than a mobile home.
Okay, and on that note, could we, because I think I had asked a while back that we look at and try to review or update the conditional use form application or something like that.
It has.
And we can give you guys an updated version of that, and if we put that online?
No, it just, Jessica's gonna give it to you for review. She just completed it this month.
So we're gonna get it, we get to have input into that? or-
Yes, well, we could review it as a council, if you wanna review. Part of what we've gone over is revising the applications for building permits. That's changed,
Inspection.
and inspections, and then this one was a conditional use permit, but we can definitely should send it out to you guys if you have any suggestions
Okay.
for that.
And the other question I had, sir, is, how close are we, because I know that Natalie, the one that was doing the comprehensive work, the comprehensive plan, was on, looking for, land use, type things, and how close is Pearsall to maybe going with, residential one, residential two, R3 type districts?
You're stealing my thunder, but I was gonna mention that, but you have a huge packet there, but I'll go into that if that's okay. Yes.
And I have one question for council.
All right.
In some other cities, they have special use permits. What does that pertain to, sir?
You know, offhand, I couldn't give you any examples because the conditional uses are always mobile homes. Special use, I really have to look to come up with an example.
Thank you.
All right, council, is there any other questions? If not, you've heard the statement by our city manager to make the corrections on ordinance number 2022-0302. We've got a motion and a second. No other questions. I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor of item 8D, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. All right, that now applies to item 8E, discuss and consider setting a date, time, and place for a public hearing for a request for conditional use permit for Samantha Cantu. May I have a motion?
Motion.
There's a motion by Councilwoman Hernandez, there's a second by Councilwoman Telemann. Any call for questions? City Manager or Secretary?
You wanna explain go over some of that?
Yes, so we're gonna have to deviate from my memo. What's on the memo is saying April 16th or after, but that's with the 30-day provision. With the 15-day, it'll be Friday, April 1st. You do have your regular meeting April 12th, unless you wanna call a special to council. But date of publication will be next Thursday on the 17th. So either
Council,
on or after.
I just recommend that we stay with our regular meetings and just keep going. That's my recommendation. Okay, so, do you need anything else, City Secretary? We're going to, the date will be set for the next regular, scheduled meeting, which will be, the first week in April.
April
Second Tuesday in April, excuse me.
Council, as you review the applications, we've done this, it's not a point of discussion right now, but it is something that has come up, on more than one occasion. We've gone over this plating process and how we're supposed to require plats. This is another example of not plating. Again, I won't please review the application, we can talk about this, we have some time, maybe next week or the week after. She's gone, the applicant has gone to secure easements, she's done some of the legwork, as far as, even getting, I think, her deed and you'll see some of that information, but you'll see what we have up here. This is part of the application. We're doing our best as far as what we have, again, to try to work with folks, but that still continues to be an issue, as far as plating. And so we just wanna make sure that the council's aware, this has been a property that has been subdivided historically. I think it's been subdivided, at least 3 or 4 homes there, I believe.
Yes.
But again, I just wanna make sure that you guys are aware of what